So I'm just running, grabbing my stuffs, doing my things. Oh, okay, so I got an artifact from that. I got a stinky chest from that. I think I'm gonna do some shotguns. I was using this shotgun. I actually really like it.
I keep the medical equipment
So,
working, more or less.
I can use this one now. I do want to backpack. Use this. I'll put this one on. Cause this weapon specifically apparently does way more damage. So I can go ahead and do that. Also, if you're like tapping and stuff like that, I decided to like start using mouse and keyboard. Not like as a permanent thing, but you know, I'm on mouse and keyboard, so I can just, you know, switch it up whenever I want to. Look at that. Okay, so this one isn't a kill skill. This is just straight up your shotgun's going to do more damage. Which is, you know, that works. I need to go to Shep for the mine gate key. There's still this, which I can do. So I'll go turn in that gate key and then I'll go do that. So I'm sorry, car. I didn't really wanna. I'm awful with my mouse and keyboard, by the way. Like just terrible. I've played on mouse and keyboard, but I don't really have like a comfortable position for it. I don't have like a band or like a wrist thing or anything like that. I'm just all around like just awful with it. Let me go turn in that key quest first. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing this. I doubt it's gonna be the entire hour. I doubt it's gonna be the entire 30 minutes. Okay. I just straight assumed that I was going to him, but alright, I guess not. Alright. I thought the lost cave was in I thought the lost cave was in the arid hills, but I mean, I already said I don't really have the memory for it, so you know, who really cares a crippin'. Oh god, this shield's really high level actually. I'll take that. I need as good as a shield as I can get. I'm not too worried about the passive skills at this point. There is a claptrap here. I know that. Alright, let me try this one out. See if this one's any better. Where'd this guy go? Before my skillins, please. I don't know if explosion is just fucking ridiculous or what. But that feels insane. Dude, my arms are already hurting. I'm not built for this. How do I melee? Can I just shoot it? Oh, I can. Cool. Yeah, I'm going back. It's always easier to aim, but I really I can't comfortably do it. Shit, I might even go to my Xbox controller. That's how. That's how accurate you do. I'm gonna even go to like the buttons. Right. This game's probably optimized a little better for fucking Xbox Xbox controller anyways. Just for the funsies. I do like the PlayStation controller better. This guy isn't even looking at me. What is he trick shotting me? What is this? Hey, dude, this shotgun is baller. If I knew this was the shotgun I was missing out on, I would have changed a while ago. I like that sound. Let's see if I can go find a. That's a fire skag. Not a big fan of that. I'm just gonna start throwing these. That's a fire. That's a fire turret. Hey, bro, I'm putting in work. I'm putting in work. What is this shotgun?
Like having another soldier on the field.
I apologize, shotgun lovers. I was not familiar with your game. By the way, that reference comes from the Houston Rockets. That's my team, by the way. Not to be remembered for their 27 missed threes on crazy Warrior fouls, but you know, whatever. Not something I'm definitely not something I'm salty about. But yeah, that comes from when the Rockets were rebuilding. We had Christian Wood, who was fucking insanely fucking good, by the way. If he didn't have a problem on just playing on the defensive end of the court, dude, that meant like it's to the point where like, especially with Ime Udoka, dude, like if we freaking signed Christian Wood just to like add some range on our front court. Dude, because like having Bari on our front court, especially a guy who can play the three, is really cool. If Christian Wood can get his injuries under hand and then lock in on defense, and just be like a guy who does like at least, you know, space out the floor for us, you know, especially with Eamon and Sengun, you know, some kind of like Eamon. Blank, because I don't know if Jalen Green's staying on the team. I'm of the ruling that Jalen Green could absolutely stay on the floor. I see no reason as to why it's just the thing where the Houston Rockets are as good as they are, you know, as a team as young as they are. It makes it hard for me to believe that like we don't have the time to develop somebody like Jalen Green, especially when everyone else is developing. You know, if we can keep Eamon Thompson on the promise of who he might be, I think we can keep Jalen Green on the promise of who he might be. Right? I get it's a little different because, you know, Eamon was one of the fucking one of like top 5 DPOY guys versus Jalen Green, who's kind of just inconsistent. Here's the thing you got to understand about Jalen Green. If you watch Rockets games, it's something that you should absolutely already understand, and if it's not, then it's something you might not understand, especially with the memes and stuff like that. And that's just the fact that like people always say that you can find like you could probably actually find somebody who does what Jalen Green does without the scoring for way cheaper. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm also not thinking about it too hard. But, you know, he's a good ball handler. He's getting better and better at running the point when he needs to. He's getting way better at, like, making plays when he needs to. Hopefully this playoff game gets him to learn something about, you know, getting blitzed and doubled and, like, how to play, like, when you're not doing the scoring. But that's a big thing that I wanted to get to, is that Jalen Green is actually really good everywhere else. Again, you could probably get that from another player for cheaper, but Jalen Green throughout the years, but especially, was that something? Did I just see something go crazy? Jalen Green has consistently proven himself, especially in those playoff games where he was. Oh my Jesus! Especially
Always
when
nice
he
to
was
get
like playing
resupply.
poor offense, is that he was clamping fucking Curry up on a lot of those possessions. Um, he was playing really good point guard and making like good passes when he needed to. Right, so just on a fundamental level, dude has been insanely good for us, and I think that's a big reason why I do want to see Jalen Green. I would absolutely like to find a 1A guy. All right, there's no doubt about it. I wouldn't mind Kevin Durant on the team. I'm not trading anything outside of like Dylan Brooks and like 2 firsts, maybe even like I don't know, because I like everybody on our team. Right, I know they want some of their picks back, and those picks being incredibly valuable, especially to a team with 0 draft picks and 0 future. I don't know what you give, because it's also, did I ever accept the Claptrap quest? I did. Okay, so the repair kit's just over here. So like, what do you give up for Kevin Durant, right? Because here's the thing, yes, Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, but the team that has Kevin Durant has no future on a team that absolutely has no choice but to rebuild. Right? So I get that it's Kevin Durant and that he's valuable, but just a 36, 38-year-old on a 1-year contract, if you believe that Kevin Durant's just gonna stay good, like at this age, then I see no reason as to why you can't just wait the extra year to get him. I also just don't think KD takes you to contention, because it wouldn't be the first team KD's been on that's had depth and just hasn't made it. Right? Let's not forget the OKC that went to the finals, which I mean I guess is technically where we're trying to go. I just don't see the reason why you would give everything up for 1 year of a 38-year-old Kevin Durant. You know what? I could look that up too right now. I could look up how old he is this instant. Kevin Durant. He's 36. All right, not nearly as bad, but it's just like, so when you own an entire team's future and that team's trying to get their future back, and what they're trying to bargain is like 36-year-old post ACL or Achilles tear Kevin Durant. I don't get the reasoning that like people would be like, oh yeah, you gotta give up Bari, Tari, Eamon, Jalen, Sengun, and all of our picks. You also have to like slurp him sloppy and shit like that, so we can get the 1 year 36-year-old Kevin Durant. Like, that's just some of the shit that I've seen in the Rockets community, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god, I did not see that bucket. That's just like ridiculous from a just aspect, especially when you're saying this is your team, to try and build around Kevin Durant, which 1,000 teams have done already. Right? Like Kyrie, Harden, and him couldn't do it. Harden, Westbrook, and him couldn't do it. Like, the only team he could do it on is a team that had already won a championship. And that's not, I don't want to sit here and be like, so basically Kevin Durant is a writer and he can't do anything on his own. But it's just like, I've just seen nothing but reasons not to go for it. And a lot of these trades that people want KD for, I would honestly rather take to another team. And I get it that like some of these players are gonna cost. Like, if you ask me who I wanted to trade, like if we are going to trade everything that this team has currently, it would be for like, let me get Giannis, let me get Trae Young, or let me get like a Giannis and a Ja or something like that. Like two like crazy good guys that like I would happily build around, and then probably build some depth around that, because getting a third guy seems to be incredibly hard to keep with depth. know what I mean? Like, the Celtics have an old Holiday and, injury-prone Tingus Pingus, and that's been working out for them. I mean, minus this year, but, like, that was working out for them. That got them to a championship, which is the goal. I'd say another big thing, though, is I don't want to be the Nuggets, and I don't want to be the... You son of a... Yo, how many of these guys are there, bro? Bro, what is going on? Am I crazy? Bro, tell me I'm not crazy right now. What is happening? These guys have been non-stop spawning in. I kind of just want to wait for my turn, dude, but I just... Are these like infinite spawning skags or something? What's my other weapon? What is this? That's not the weapon I want to use. Do I have another fire weapon? I have this one. But I mean like a good weapon. It's a sniper. I don't want to use a sniper. This one, I suppose. I just need something to activate fire like fast. Oh my gosh, is that it? Dude, there was like 80,000 of those guys. Oh my gosh. Stabilized justice. Oh, let me get rid of some of these whites. I get rid of all these whites. I'll take like the green. That one's just 85. 365. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave these all here. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. These are getting all left here. But yeah, that's my biggest thing is let's not trade. Like, let's try and figure out how to make this something at least close to a dynasty. Let's not trade everything that's working for the hopes that a 36-year-old Kevin Durant can take us somewhere. Like, to that point, dude, I'm scared of even trading the house for 30-year-old Giannis Antetokounmpo. Almost purely for the fact that, like, he is 30 years old, and he's a guy who relies on his athleticism. He's not great from the free throw line. He's not great from the mid range. He's not great from the 3-point line. Like, he's just he's a guy who relies extremely on his athleticism. I was hoping this guy would lead me to alright. I was hoping he'd lead me to a chest. But, whatever. But you see, that's why my biggest thing is just like, if I do trade it all for somebody, it'd be for like a proven shooting guard, like, oh shit, like Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards. But even then, like, Jalen Green is still like on that line progression to be like as good as fucking Kobe and Michael Jordan. But obviously that's a job that the GM has to figure out, because on one hand, I don't want to like weigh my entire future on a guy with like Michael Jordan potential, and then him just always him spending the rest of his time here as a like 5-point scorer and a 30-point scorer on other days, because that doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't, you know. Like, we got where we are because, you know, Sengun and Eamon and a lot of these other guys were insanely good. And we saw when fucking Fred VanVleet was going like crazy. It's just like we can like whoop the Warriors' ass. Like, not just like beat them in a competitive game. We can whoop their ass when fucking Fred VanVleet was playing as crazy as he was. The issue is we just had nobody else who could like get those points. And I put that partially on Ime Udoka. Our offense wasn't going very well. And our two like Reed Shepard and Cam Whitmore, two guys who consistently like who I don't even want to go consistently. Two guys whose positive outlooks on the team are their offense, and to like not even play them is kind of insane. And the one time he did play them, he just played like our entire backcourt or our entire like bench. You know, like, okay, for instance, in one of the games, you know, Steve Kerr was just like, all right, I'm just gonna put out my third team, and the team like eventually like Ime Udoka was like, all right, we'll put in like our guys. So we put in like Reed, Aaron Holiday, Cam Whitmore. Where am I turning these in? I guess that one's in this place. They started coming back, but the issue is he also had like Nate Williams out there. Like he put out everybody, and the issue is I don't think everybody was who you put out. I just want to see like, you know, when our offense isn't showing up with fucking Jalen Green, you know, instead of just throwing out an entire fucking third, you know, our third bench line or whatever it's called, just put Reed in Jalen's position. And it's crazy because Reed has consistently shown consistency on offense. You know, like he's not just an offensive, like he's not just a 3-point shooter who can't defend. Like he's consistently very like gritty with the ball. He's always looking at it or looking for it. He's always trying to get it, but it's just, you know, his defense isn't the positive, you know. And I do think Reed is a guy who is better with the ball in his hands than just like being like a catch and shoot guy. Not that he like can't be or anything like that, but he just, I feel like he's better that way. And it's the same thing with Cam Whitmore. Is just like, if defense is his issue, Ime Udoka is the solution. And the best you're gonna get out of him is experience. And again, do even more so than everybody else. For whatever reason, fucking Ime Udoka like hates fucking Cam, bro. Like, I'm not legitimately saying like Ime Udoka like has an issue against Cam or anything like that, but I just, it's something about Reed Ime just doesn't fuck with. Cause even like when he's putting out his third bench, like, dude, what the fuck is happening? Even when our third bench is out there, like Cam is still a substitute for somebody. Like he's a substitute for Reed when Reed goes on the bench. He's a substitute for fucking Jay Shantae. He's a substitute for Jock. He's a substitute for Aaron Holiday. Which, by the way, if we get rid of Aaron Holiday, like, I'm gonna be very sad.
Do not underestimate him.
Like, I'm going to be ridiculously sad if we get rid of Aaron Holiday. Dude is insanely good. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm do side missions while I talk about the Rockets. It's not a job I'm super envious for with Raphael Stone, because I do think the worst thing you can do is just sit and wait, right? Because I think a big issue is that, well, I don't even know, because like, do you just like hope that everybody develops into a better place? Because I feel like that's the luxury of the position that we're currently in, is that Jabari is still young, Tari is still young, Eamon is still young, Sengun is still, like, everybody we got here with, minus like Dylan Brooks, Aaron Hall, like but even then, everybody's at an age where they're not gonna regress outside of like bad luck or just like bad handling in the offseason. Like, Dylan Brooks is still under 30. Fred VanVleet is barely 30. You know what I mean? Everybody is still outside of their prime or smack dab in the middle of their prime. You know? So it's really just about like, what are you hoping happens? What are you hoping stays? And I genuinely don't know. And I mean, like, dude, I am incredibly happy that like Twitter isn't our GM, right? Because Twitter would trade everybody for fucking like Malik Monk and be like, guys, he has superstar potential. That's why we have to get rid of our core and all of our picks. And then you also have like other guys who are like trying to trade for like a sub like star and be like, guys, imagine this: Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, and Domantas Sabonis. Bro, this game's gonna piss me off with this car shit. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Jesus Christ. And it's like, guys, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Domantas Sabonis. Like, how is that not a championship? And then you look at like Domantas Sabonis with fucking like Zach LaVine and fucking DeMar DeRozan, or even like they had the Aaron Fox, who I am like extremely high on, and they couldn't do it with DeMontis. I gotta sneeze. I don't know, man. It's just, it's both a hopeful and a scary situation, because it's like we're gonna turn around, like, you know, like Fred VanVleet, you know, I'm not super high on him, but just like consistently it shows that we are better with him on the court than without him, despite his just like incredibly awful fucking efficiency. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know who to rely on. I don't think we rely enough on Bari, right? Like, I know he's not really much of a ball handler, but I think we gotta do a better shot at getting we gotta do a better job at getting him to his spots in the post, right? Because beyond being just an amazing three-point shooter, he's also pretty consistently an amazing post scorer. You know what I mean? He is not a guy I want taking any dribbles.
Shots fired from these weapons have a chance of splattering acid on your target. The acid eats through armor and fleshing in no time at all, and can spread to other nearby enemies.
It's like anytime we get Bari in the mid-range or at the three-point line, dude's just like an automatic bucket. And I don't think we did enough of that in the season. Basically, whatever Dylan Brooks was doing, do that for Bari. Because I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like that was enough. I also didn't think we were taking enough three-point shots with people who should be taking them. Like, I know we weren't a great three-point shooting team, but it was also just like Fred and Jalen taking the brunt of the three-point shots, and you know, they're not exactly efficient with their shots.
Oh yeah, that was all.
So I don't know if we really go after. I just don't know what you do. I don't know what you hope for. I don't know what you keep in hopes that it gets better. I don't know. Again, it's just not a position I'm like envious of, because there are clear issues with this team. And I feel like a path that leads to a championship isn't too far off. But I feel like a path to the Phoenix Suns is also like right around the corner. I don't know. Personally, I would trade. I would either keep the team exactly as is or trade everything for like Giannis and Trae Young. I feel like we got more than enough pieces for those two. And I think a Trae Young, Giannis Antetokounmpo like led team would be immaculate. You get some good like shooters, which I don't know. I would have said like a prime Jeff Green. I'm still keeping Aaron Holiday on that team, by the way. I fucking love Aaron Holiday's game. You know, Robert Covington would be perfect on that team. The way Nicholas Batum played in LA this year. I'm really having a hard time thinking of some, you know, trying to get like Isaiah Hardenstein on that team. I wouldn't mind Rui Hachimura. Trying to think. Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't know, Nicholas Claxton. Just some good like backup centers. Or maybe even just like centers for Giannis in general. Christian Wood can play the 5, or you can play the 4 while Giannis plays the 5. Either way, you know, Christian Wood would be like stretching out the floor as like a lanky kind of guy. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. But the team is just incredibly interesting. I also really like Portland. I really like the idea of Portland. I really like the idea of Toronto. It'd be nice to see those teams. Also, you know what? I was really mad when Minnesota traded Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle. I remember not being happy about that because I had really liked, I really like Mike Conley. I really like Anthony Edwards. You know, and I always really liked Karl Anthony Towns. And then you trade him for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, which that in general I don't have a issue with. It's keeping Rudy Gobert, who I've always seen he's like he's a good defender, but I don't think he really gives you anything else. How do I do this? I don't think I can look up high enough. Maybe I just have to get out of the car and just look up. Yo. This is not how racks react. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you what. Yo, what is this reload? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hated that trade, and I was sitting there like, you know what, this team is gonna be doo-doo butt ass Maximus. And now they're in the Western Conference Finals. So, like, what the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? Right. I thought the Mavs trading Luka Doncic was the stupidest shit ever. Turn around, they're about to have like 15 superstars with that first round pick they just fucking like lucked into. You know, the Spurs are like a couple trades away from just being fucking De'Aaron Fox, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Victor Wembanyama, which, you know, that's just tears forever. Like ain't that a bitch, right? Mavericks get the first round pick. Dude, the Rockets have been rebuilding for like, or they've been in the lottery for like the last like 4 or 5 years. Not one time did we get the first round pick, right? The Mavs weren't even trying to rebuild. Nico Harrison made a stupid ass decision that got his team in the fucking play-in. And fucking somehow that got him the first round fucking pick. You know what I mean? The Spurs have been rebuilding for a long ass time, and they got Victor Wembanyama, so it's hard to be too mad at that. But I mean, my favorite player going to a Texas, to like a you know, one of my Texas rivalries, and them also getting fucking Victor Wembanyama, who, by the way, on draft night was like super happy when the fucking Rockets didn't get the first round pick, which I will forever be angry about. And I will sob like a child because the Rockets had nothing but Bro, we're the second round, bro. Like, what better person to space the floor? Look, Jabari Smith Jr. has shown constant times that he is his best at the third position. Right? At the three, at the small forward position, Jabari Smith shines. Okay. Sengun works really good in 4 and double big lineups. Okay. So what does that mean? Oh, well, if we had a fantastic 5, you know, similar to Steven Adams, then we'd be fucking unstoppable. Dude, we were like a Victor Wembanyama away from just winning the championship this fucking year. I mean, we were also a Jalen Green away from being like a fucking like semifinals person. I don't know, because it's obviously this is just all like Rockets bias and stuff like that. Like, you know, I could be talking out my ass and being way too high on all my guys. I know that's something that's like consistent for people who watch rebuilds. You know what I mean? Like Toronto just like looking and being like, oh, Jamal Sheed, he's gonna be the next LeBron James, you know? And like, I don't know. Obviously, like, I'm super young, super high on like all my young guys because they've been, you know, on this team forever now. Dude, I don't know what is and isn't hitting right now. Okay, I'm backing away. I'm not hitting a single thing. I'm just rocket or shotgun. That's. Right. We do that and then we go crazy with this. So like, for all I know, Jabari, the entire league views Jabari as like a subpar 3-and-D player, right? But I like, in my eyes, I see him as the next Kevin Durant. You know, everybody sees like Tari as like just a good defender and transition a player. You know, I see him as the next Kawhi Leonard. You know, some people probably see Jalen Green as like a tier below like Devin Booker and John, shit like that. I see that man as fucking Kobe. You know what I mean? Amen Thompson is like Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose. Fucking like just watching my guys, I'm obviously like the highest anybody is on them, which is also why like I'm just incredibly attached to like them and like have no desire to like see any of them leave. You know, that's just circles back to like, dude, it's just, you know, I have no idea what Raphael Stone does. You know what I mean? 'Cause, like, you know, you could trade like Bari and Jalen Green. You know what I mean? But like, who's to say this team is the same? You know, we trade like 2 of our shooters for a non-shooter, and then our spacing issue just becomes like the worst it's ever been. You get rid of Tari and Amon, and our defense is nowhere near what it should be. So I don't know. It'll be an interesting offseason to say the least. I will say though, I do think the best thing to do, especially after the offseason and the way that like everybody talks about Jalen Green, right? Like, I guarantee you, like, the fucking like GMs are looking on like Rockets Twitter, watching everybody talk shit about Jalen Green being the worst player ever, and they're going, okay, Raphael Stone, why the fuck would we trade you anything for this guy? You know? Not that like it's a legitimate reason, but it's the same thing. It's just like I also genuinely believe like GMs just leak articles at all times. You know what I mean? Like I guarantee you it wasn't anyone around Raphael Stone or Raphael Stone. I guarantee you nobody in the Rockets organization said we would be willing to trade Sengun for fucking Giannis. I fucking guarantee nobody said that. But, you know, I also guarantee you it was the Rockets organization that sat there and said some shit like we're no longer interested in Devin Booker. Right? Everybody's interested in Devin Booker. It's just what are you willing to get, what he goes for is like insanely hard to get to. So I don't know. Oh my god, why did I spawn so far back? I've been talking for so long. I could have easily just been doing nothing this entire time. Oh, but like this is pretty much just Borderlands. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for what I'm talking about right now, I'd probably be watching other people talk about it, or watching other people just talk about stuff in general. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned again, you know, I've been watching Wendy doing streams and stuff like that. Or I guess Wendy gang streams. I don't know if this shotgun is like falling off hard or what. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. And we walk back. How do we get up there? I would love to see what that green is. That Irish Spring green. I actually don't know if there is one up there. Through here it looks like. I don't know. I gotta find a way past this guy though. This guy's kicking my ass. Look at him. My shield is almost gone. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Oh, I got a healing kit. I'll take those healing kits. I don't think this isn't the right way to go, but something is pointing me this way. Fine.
Let's teach him a lesson!
When I learn how to aim, it's over with you. Well, that doesn't seem right. At what point do I just run that sledge? But I'm so curious. What's this way? This could be the ultimate secret of Azkaban. Do I have any other side missions here? I don't. I'll just go this way. Yep. 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 Also, for a player standpoint, if you don't just plan to immediately trade for like Jalen Green, right? I don't also see why you would just be like why you would tell a man like before his trade value, you know, be like, hey, by the way, you know, we're gonna trade you, so play good, you know, so we can get you for something good. You know, we don't have to add a lot of things for you. There's about a million reasons why you wouldn't like tell a player to his face like, hey, we're about to trade you. Obviously a lot of that comes from just you know, general just like business side of like handling players like trade pieces and that kind of thing. Because I also know like Jalen Green's been in here for like what, 6 years basically. That looks like a pretty good SMG actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good SMG. Let's throw some whites off. That's 87. Can I sort by brands, items, backpack, weapons, brands, items, backpack, backpack? Okay, so that's not it. 244, 280. That works for me. Did I take the SMG back? Oh god, it has a sight. It doesn't look like there's anything over there, but that green is there. And I did want to see what that green was. That green was a shield. Curiosity? Consider it satisfied. What the fuck? Alright. So that just happened. Oh my gosh. Dude, this area is a runner. This area is a runner. I do explore. I am exploring. I don't want to act like I'm not exploring. I'm exploring. I am exploring and I'm exploring. How am I still full? 500. 500. I'm gonna take those two. I did take the shield and my other SMG. Okay. Okay, apparently I was heading the right place the entire time. It just really threw me off that it was like the waypoint was like right there. But I think I gotta go around. Yeah, I gotta go this way. Alright, well, I'm not gonna make a delay out of it. I'm just going there. I'm gonna make sure I live, and then I'm just running there. Yeah, let me try out this now. Oh my god, that was a screech. Ha ha ha, that's hot. I'll tell you when I learn how to aim, it's Joe over for you. Alright, I'm going back to this. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Is there a chest around here? That's burning. Who gave a burning psycho a shield? Who thought that was a good idea? Alright, I'm just going. I'm just going. I'm tired of spending any kind of time here. We just riding. Bro, the fucking hitboxes in this and like on the items in this game are just fucking terrible. Give me a second, I'm reloading. Now I murdered.
Nice to get resupply.
Oh, look at me murdering again. What's in here? Bravo Lenoha. So yeah, there's another SMG, 2,600. I can get rid of another 500. I'm sure I have another one in here somewhere. 600? Yeah, I should get rid of it. I don't know if that SMG is like better or not. I know I don't like this weapon. I can get rid of it.
First aid kit. You won't
Da-da-da-da-da. 63. I do want to keep that bruiser. I will get rid of you. 8.3, 63. No, this one's worse. I can get rid of you. I'll get rid of you. I'll get rid of you. You. And I mean, there's no reason not to use these. Fucking drop it. I don't even want to sell it. That's how much I don't like it. I'm just getting rid of it. Not even worth selling.
This one is a brute, and he has a powerful shield you will need to whittle down before you can hurt him. Don't let him touch you.
I don't have a shock weapon. I do, however, have the shocking bolt, so I could just do that.
Must be a bounty hunter. Sledge will punish you.
I wonder if you do too many. What? I didn't read that. Where did this guy come from? Based. He's based. The shield is back. Are you kidding me?
Getting better all the time.
I forgot how good the shotgun is. I shot the guy once with the shotgun and watched his health just dissipate. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It is bonkers.
I bet you would like to know what that is. The vault
Not
is
really.
real. What you are holding is
Alright.
the key that opens it.
Okay.
One part of it anyway.
Yes, but I have guns now. Whee! And my health is a little more gone than it was before.
This is Commandant Steele of the Atlas Corporation, Crimson Lands D Company, 3rd Starborn Brigade. I have just been informed that you have arrived on Pandora in search of the vault.
Do you think that interrupts him? I don't have to keep listening to him. Sounds like it. Did I have side missions? I do have the... I'll take the rocket one right now. Let me see if I can... Audio... Sound effects. Turn that down too. I'll turn it up one. A lot of these older games have like a weird audio jump, right? I don't know, or maybe it's, yeah, I'll just put that on. No, that's the highest one. Cause no, medium. Okay, cause I know the highs are too high. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'll just keep that on high. Oh man, it's crazy how loud that is. I can drive 65, 55. Slow ride, bam, 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 take it easy, bam, 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 slow ride,
I'll drink to
bam,
that. Busted
no,
up 9 toes
no,
and beat
no,
the
take
hell out
it
of Sledge.
easy.
You're making a name for yourself in these parts. I already put into Pierce to give you clearance on through to the Doll Headland.
Plus
You ought
one
to
of
be
the
able to reach New
stockpile
Haven
school.
now.
What's stockpile? Stockpile players near regenerate. Not something I really care about.
You've discovered a class modification unit. Class mods, as you humans call them, can be equipped to modify your skills and proficiencies.
Oh, I can use that now. Higher speed. Oh my gosh, yes.
Greetings, traveler! New missions are available at the fire station.
I'll sell these. I'll sell that. I'll keep that for now. I need the mints.
Sure is lonely around here.
Find a Bruce McClone. Where are these? Oh, these are all aired Badlands. Oh. This one's trivial. I can do some of these side missions. Slow ride, take it easy,
Nailed it.
Oh, Jesus. I can do a couple things now. I can do the arena. I can do this Bruce McClone. But we'll go do the Bruce McClone. Whee. I don't remember what this mission is. Who is this guy and how is he keeping up with me? I was just looking at the minimap. It was this red dot just keeping up with me. What? Get out of the car! See, this is why I like this. I don't know how good the one bullets are.
Oh yeah, that was all me.
Or the one shots. I don't like damage wise it might be fantastic, but it feels just not as good DPS wise. Bruce McClone, where is this man? There seems to be a house. Inside of this house there seems to be a bed inside of the head. Watch yourself. Bruce McLean. Oh, McLean is dead, just as his fiancée feared. You found a handwritten journal in his corpse. Perhaps it will shed some light on how he met his end. Product recall. In the journal, Bruce described a scam where he gathered local plant leaves, rolled them into cigars, then sold them to bandits while claiming they were prized off-road tobacco. With the money, he'd hoped to marry his fiancée and take her away from Pandora. Apparently, his first customer immediately died of massive internal bleeding, and the bandits forced Bruce to use his own product as payback. You'd better round up these cigars before some kid gets a hold of one and smokes it in a back alley. The journal mentions that Bruce's customers were primarily the bandits around Titan's End, which I'm assuming is where I go next. Or is that just an
Never
area?
have enough stuff.
Can never have enough stuff. What is it? Oh, this is such a shotgun. No, I'll just do this. What is this? I'll try it. That's not a bad reload at all. Eventually, I do want to like start buffing up my turret a little, alongside my tank ability. But I am gonna focus damage, because as long as you're doing damage first and foremost, like you're just gonna be able to get past second wins a lot of the time. But I mean, you also want to avoid that as much as possible, considering they go like way faster every time. Is that a shield place? Slow ride, take it easy, slow ride, take it easy. Look at that rate of fire.
Another soldier. I love this damn thing. Woo, another one bites the dust.
Whoo, another one bites the dust. And another one bites the dust. And another one done, another one done, another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna bite some too. Another one bites the dust. Where the fuck is the third one? It's up here. How do I get up there? I see. So I must learn the ability of teleportation to get up to this area? And that there is no other way, you say? The only way is through teleportation means? I see, I see, I see. Well, let me quite literally learn how to teleport, and then this will be over in 5. These hitboxes are gonna piss me the fuck off, man. They're gonna piss me off. Shops have no inventory. Quite interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how the fuck to get up here. I'm gonna take my anger out on these guys. Can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. You son of a bitches! I can't figure it out. Alright, we move. Is it through the back here? Is this how we get in? Okay, I see. There was an entrance right here. I'll take this. Alright, with that we have finished Bruce McLean's mission. And there was a pistol in there. Alright, second we have insult to injury. Remove the human skulls from the pikes at Titan's End. The bandits took over my dig site in the arid Badlands. Members of my team attempted to defend themselves, but they were failures, and now the bandits have hung up their skulls like trophies. This is unsanitary and inappropriate for an archaeological dig site. I will pay someone to go to Titan's End and remove their skulls from the pikes. I have already murdered 2 to prove that I can. I will now murder more to prove that I shall. Hey man, I'll tell you one thing, I'm fucking on it. My sights are on that motherfucker. Salt the wounds. Wound the salts. I'm the conductor of the poop train. That is a quote. That is a direct quote. See, me, myself, I am no conductor of the poop train. It's just these guys who are the conductor of the poop train. Cook me. They're gonna cook me. Oh, God. 21st century schizoid, man. Wow. 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 Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. I don't know if this shotgun's better or worse. It's far less accurate. does have a sight though, so. With that accuracy, what I like about the other one is that it's just really accurate. This is just a different kind of shotgun. What is this? Doll. This one's Jacob's. I like this one. I'm gonna be honest, I like it. I like it.
All right, we got guns over here.
We got guns over here. I'm more than willing to try that out. And then those are, I'm not worried about those. What kind of man would I be if I was just taking whites willy-nilly? Alright, let's see. Is there any more skulls around? Well, I mean, obviously there's more. Only at 5 out of 10. I was about to say, I thought I didn't see that thing glowing. I was like, you telling me that's not a skull on a stick? But it was a skull on a stick. And I seen it with my own eyes. This is probably the first one they wanted me to pick up, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just going around finding them myself, so they tell me exactly where they are. Why would you take me to the furthest one possible? I see the other one over here.
Kill him! Kill him now!
Can't see one like 2 inches to my face, but I could see the one way in the sniper's nest. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that beautiful? Alright. Now we just go and turn it in. 2 missions easy enough. Ow. I'm also sorry. Any chance this is a fast travel to that area? I really don't know when we get the ability to start like fast traveling to locations. It's probably when we're gonna like separate from areas. So like when we like every area has been kind of just connected to the arid Badlands. This like huge overland map that we're in currently. Every area outside of like Sledge's hideout. Yeah. Or was it? Yeah, Sledge's hideout in the arid hills. That's like the only area that's been like disconnected from the arid Badlands. And even then, that's kind of just like a small little place. I know this area, I know this place has like, over there, there's a multiplayer little fighting arena. It is cool that this game has it. Is that in 3? I don't think I've ever... I know it returns in 2. I don't think I ever did it in 3. We got this optional mission. We got insult to injury, which gives me okay-ish shotgun. That's Sledge's shotgun. It gives me this static shotgun, 15 times 8. That's not really that good. It has +1 projectile. So is that 15 times 9 then, or is it just telling me it's like 15 times 7 and then they added 1? I don't know. But I'm level 20, so I can go do... I'll go do this. This is the story mission. This is the optional mission. Headstone Mine. Is that connected to this area? Or does that just have me leaving through... I think that's the same place I'm going through here. No? What is this area? Exit to Headstone Mine. Oh, this is just a little side area then. This one's trivial. So I can go do that. Yeah, let's go do that. Ooh. Alright, so here we are. We're about to make history with the first video game ever to be one. Let's throw this up.
Efficient everything.
I believe you get something good from this. I don't remember what specifically.
Nailed it.
Excuse me. Whatever. What do I have? I have my shotgun. I have this. I'll just keep going. What is this? Final round, that's just normal. Pistol. Hooba dooba hooba stank. Hooba stank in my butt. Hooba stank is the main one. I'm not using shotguns as much as I definitely should be, by the way. I mean, that's just the definite number one. Especially because I have, what, +5 in the shotgun skill. Dude, hopefully there's a class mod that, like, +5s or plus whatever's that shotgun one. Or even the skill for fire rate and, like, weapon, or, like, bullet damage. I mean, I'd take either one. Yeah, there's no way I did not get that crit. Wait, I had to change you to fire. I'll throw you in the corner. What is this guy doing? He wants back. Yeah, buddy. I ain't a big fan of that song, I'm gonna be honest with you. The big old horn. Cool, we got the white urban rifle. I suppose that's a reward. That wasn't worth it in the slightest. That can honestly kiss my ass. I can get rid of it all. Get rid of it all. Nobody ever needs to see it again. Alright, now I'm going to head to this little area. We have these things now. Increased magazine size and reduces recoil for combat rifles. I would like that, but that's not something I do. I would like refire just so it comes up more often. Your Scorpion turret launches guided missiles in addition to its regular gun. Increases damage with the turret. We can do shield recharge in this one. Just so our shield is always going up. And then maybe invest in like just high shields. Increases the number of shots your turret bursts. Reduce the cooldown for your thing. Killing an enemy. Causes your grenades. I don't really care for that. Fires out supplies. I don't really care for that. Regenerates health. Has a chance to instantly revive player. Resistant to bullet. Shooting team members heals them. Increases magazine capacity with all weapons. Increases health. So I think from here, because it doesn't look like I'm getting any more damage out, I might try doing like turret stuff. Right, was a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Because I don't need this. This would be nice. This would be nice. This would be nice. And this would be nice. That's another 5, 10, 15, 20. That's another 20 on top of this. 5. How many skill points do I get? If you had never knew, there's this application for Borderlands. It's called Loot Lemon. Let me see if I could add it for can I do an additional window? I'm kind of doing this off let's see, select window, this one, we can do that. Yeah. Okay, so how do I do this inside the video? All right, so there's this little website right here called Loot Lemon. You can go to Borderlands. I'm playing as Roland. All right, so I have 5 in here. I have 5 in here. I have 5 in here. So for sure, that's something that I want to do. So what I want to do is probably start going into turret stuff. So maybe something like this. I also have no idea how high my level's going to be. You know, we can go shield stuff, turret burst, turret cooldown. We can do maximum health. We can do increase the weapon deploying revives allies, increase your resistance, killing an enemy causes you and nearby to regenerate. So you can do like these. Looks like that's really all. But yeah, with this, I essentially hit. I don't get this, which is okay. I don't get these two, which is okay by me. I don't get this one, which is okay by me. This one, I don't mind. This one, I don't mind. Yeah, and this one. So I can basically hit every. Honestly, this is really the only thing that I'm missing out on. And it's not necessarily something that I care too much about. Starting health regeneration is fine as long as my shields are up. Yeah, I don't mind this being like too high. Maximum health is always gonna be nice. Yeah, so something like this. So I guess the next thing is figuring out what I want to start with, because it's also like I doubt I'm going to like max level. And I think if that's the case, then I just kind of want to focus on turret stuff. Right, so this is my Windy Goon stream, by the way. But yeah, we can hide that. Yeah, so that's my idea so far. So I think first and foremost, I want to reduce. Right, so cooldown is obviously going to be the next one afterwards, which still allows me to get these two, and then into this. Right, so I can put 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. This effect can only occur every 2 seconds. Cooldown reduction per hit, 1 second. What's the cooldown right now? It's 100 seconds, so basically every 2 seconds I can get 1 second off. So that way, as long as I'm fighting it like half the time. I'm not sure. I might just try and do this plus 20%. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure what 20% of 100. Was that just 20 seconds? So it basically just takes it down to 80 seconds. Yeah, that's seeming to be what it looks like. Or I can just straight focus on damage. But it would just be nice to get it a little sooner than I normally do. But yeah, I think that's the general idea of what I'm going to try and do. So as we're heading to the side mission over here, I actually remembered which one it is. I'm going to be completely honest, it is not really one that I want to do. It's not like you get any crazy reward off of it. And unlike Tiny Tina, I don't really care about big booms. It is a neat mission to do like one time. But it's not an. I'm not gonna sit here and call it an issue, but it is one of the things that like Borderlands 1, it being, because I think that I don't remember if this game came out like pre 2010 or what, but like just being an older game, a lot of stuff just doesn't like do a lot of the stuff you. It doesn't like. What am I trying to say? A lot of the like cool things aren't as let me see here. 2009. Yeah, so a lot of the like cooler stuff this game used to do and have is kind of like underwhelming compared to like modern day games. Obviously, you know, I don't want to pretend like that's, you know, not an obvious
you
thing.
think the vault is real, eh? Everyone is talking about it. This is the biggest thing that's happened here in a long time. Think of the visitors we will have. Listen, if you find it, what's inside could be worth a fortune. But only if you get the right partner to help you sell it. So, partners?
I just remembered one of the weirder things about this game is that this game has like a million different claptraps. Okay, so they start selling class mods now. This is for Berserker class though, which is not something I can really use, so whatever, I guess.
I'm over here!
Yeah, look, this is a different claptrap.
Downloading and analyzing your DNA record. Human status confirmed.
Human status confirmed.
Please stand by while I activate the gate for you.
Please stand by while I activate the gate for you. It's my impression of claptrap.
Yes. You are now free to
And
enter the
open.
Please enjoy your relaxing stay. Interesting fact. Based on your current stress patterns, I calculate a 94.3% chance that you will encounter an unfortunate death experience.
Bruh. This is one of the areas of all time, so I don't know how long I want to necessarily stick in this area, but we'll see.